Hey, this is Richard with KR, KingdomReformation.org. Thanks so much for joining us today. This is a prophetic message that God gave me for 2023. And I apologize, I'm a couple of weeks late getting this out. Usually I get this out around the first of the year, but had a number of things happen this year and weren't able to do that as timely as we normally do. But with that said, let's go ahead and jump on into the message. I'm calling this year of 2023, a year of reset, or in some ways it's going to be a great reset. God is going to reset some things in your life. Now, the world may have written an epitaph over an area of your life, in some particular situation, but God is saying, no, that is not what will be. God's going to breathe on it, and it's going to come forth and become what God wills, and He will literally overwrite that epitaph with what He wills, or the epitaph of the world in that situation with what He wills, and God will be glorified in it. One of the things that comes to mind, or one of the people in the scripture comes to mind, is Samson. And Samson messed up. He played with the things of God and pridefully kind of played with the things of God and kind of messed up in some areas, but he humbled himself and God was merciful. And in that situation, God honored him and was merciful to him and came back and revisited him in his situation of need and his situation of request. And so even if you messed up, God can still reset some things in your life this year. Another one in the scripture that comes to mind is Lazarus. And the world's epitaph over Lazarus was dead, done, over, sealed in a cave, finished, kaput. But God said no. God had a different plan. God decided to overwrite that death sentence with resurrection power and bring him forth, and God was glorified in that situation. And the resurrection power manifested and changed the situation and circumstance. And also, as we know, Yeshua was resurrected. The end that the world tried to write over Yeshua on the cross, God said no. The end that the world tried to write over him in the tomb, God said no. I'm going to overwrite that, and I'm going to change this situation for good and my glory. So God's going to do that in some areas of your life this year, I believe. One of the passages that the Lord gave me for this year was out of Isaiah 43:19. And it says, behold, I'll do a new thing. And then it goes on to say, I'll make roadways in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. And really what I want to pull out of that is that I really believe that God is going to make some ways in your life this year where there seem to be no ways, where there may not be a way at all at this point, and God's going to make some ways. Literally going to create some things before you, open up some things before you that have not been there before, that have not opened up like that before. God is the master not only of increase, but making a way where there doesn't seem to be a way. And I really believe this year that is going to apply to things in our lives, or at least some things in your life in 2023. God is going to open some things up, and it's going to continue to open up. It's going to open, it's going to open, it's going to open, it's going to open, and continue to unfold before you as God opens those things before you. The last part of this video that I want to go into briefly is out of Psalm 68, verse 7. And it says, O God, when thou didst go forth before thy people, when thou didst march through the wilderness, the earth quaked. The heavens also dropped rain at the presence of God. Sinai itself quaked at the presence of God, the God of Israel. Thou didst shed abroad a plentiful rain, O God. Thou didst confirm thy inheritance when it was parched. And so the part I want to pull out of that is that God is a covenant-keeping God. And God is going to keep covenant with you. It says he keepeth covenant and showeth mercy. And so even there might be some areas that seem parched. He, at the time in the wilderness, he confirmed his covenant with them time and time again. He showed them his goodness in the midst of their situation. And he confirmed his inheritance to them time and time again, even eventually bringing them into the promised land. And so there may be some areas of your life which seem pretty parched, but the God of the covenant is going to be merciful, and he's going to bring forth what he wills to rewrite in those areas of your life for your good and for his glory. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Thanks so much for watching today. Hit that like and subscribe button for us and join us in the next video. God bless and shalom.